This is a great message right here that real leaders stand tall during times of challenge and turn the challenges into opportunities. Now, I am a big supporter of opportunity. We're actually developing a lesson coming up called the Opportunity Code, and it's about making and creating opportunities and um, almost predicting the quality of opportunity that comes your way. It's a great work. And so I really am a believer that times of challenge do bring uh, chance opportunities or for opportunities or they birth opportunities. I did some study on a quote that I think we're all familiar with, where John F. Kennedy said that the Chinese symbol for crisis has the character's opportunity involved in it also. And that is a pretty much a good rough identifier. Without going into details, we did some study on it, and there are symbols that mean opportunity, but not just specifically. But I think in a nutshell, what you do get out of this symbol for crisis in the Chinese script is these words opportunity out of that. So basically, the lesson is at the end of it, challenges bring opportunities. And a real leader knows how to stand up in the middle of challenge and bring a great opportunity out of it. So, what's the applicable lesson here? What can I teach my mentee about challenge and creating opportunity from challenge? The number one thing that I would tell them is that challenges come to everybody. I was doing a keynote or a small group about 3 weeks ago at a resource center. And one of the questions from the young men there in the resource center was, how do you get back up when you fail or you make a mistake? And just because of the age of that group, I had to let them know that even though I'm a grown up speaking to you, it doesn't mean that I have not made mistakes in my life. I had to let them know that the best of us, even the most grown, the most adult of us, make mistakes. And if truth be told, we probably make more mistakes as adults than we did as children. And so I had to let them know that I've made mistakes. A lot of adults have made mistakes. And you know what, young man? You are going to make plenty of mistakes in your life. Some of them may be deemed failures. That's okay. It's whatever you call it. But the ideal is this: when you make a mistake, when you fail, when something happens, where there's an outcome that you did not anticipate, and you say, wow, this was a failure, or this is a mistake. What you have to do in those moments is to get back up, get back in the game, understand that this mistake happened, but it doesn't stop all of the great things that's going to happen in my life from happening. I think it was even Henry Ford that says, "You show me a man that makes no mistakes or hasn't failed, and I'll show you a man that's never tried." So when you're in life and you're trying and you're giving your all to move forward in life, to go after a dream, a goal, vision, you're going to fail. Some things are going to happen with you, and they're going to happen to you, but you got to get up and know. So this is one of the lessons that I would teach a mentee from this statement about leadership. Leaders know how to make opportunities out of challenge. So number one, challenge comes. Let's learn how to get through challenges. And I've actually found this out teaching mentees and at-risk students is that they are faced with a lot of challenges, like we all are. But the thing about it is the thing that defines someone who gets over a challenge and moves on and becomes successful is the way that they, number one, perceive that challenge. Number two, how they handle that challenge during that time that they're in the pool or in the adversity, and what they decide to do after it. So that whole step of perceiving, acting, and future action is it's a pivotal process in helping someone move past challenge. And so that's also a great opportunity because I believe at that point, that juncture, you have a systematic approach to teaching someone how to perceive challenge, how to make it through challenge, and what you should be doing after. Those are steps that you can teach because every challenge differs, but every push through the challenge remains the same. You got to know what the challenge is, you got to know what to do in it while you're in it, and you got to decide what you're going to do after it. So those things remain the same. So that's lesson number one. The next one that I felt will be great to share with you tonight is this next point. Real leaders understand that falling down is sometimes part of the journey of standing up. How in sync is that with the last point? Leaders know that they're going to fall down, and it's all part of the journey of standing up. It's amazing to see a baby learn to walk instinctively. They don't just fall and stay down on the ground. They may get a little frustrated, may get a little agitated, or they may even cry. But you know what? They get right back up. I have two boys, and I've watched them grow, and from toddlers to walking to running, and every time that they failed, every time they fell back on their little bottom, you know what they did? They got right back up and started walking because they knew that it was not most beneficial for them to keep crawling. And if they wanted to get around the house and get into stuff and explore, that they needed to be walking. So it registered in their psyche that they needed to be moving. I believe that's what happens with a mentor-mentee relationship. Is you get into that relationship and you begin to tell that mentee, hey, you got to have greatness in you. There are great things that are going to happen in your life. And something starts to happen. It's that same neurological connection that's working in those babies to tell them they need to start walking. Anybody that's around anyone that is talking about success and doing more and going after your dreams, if they stay in that conversation long enough, you know what's going to happen? Those neurons are going to start firing. Those things are going to start going off and telling that individual, you need to get up, you need to keep walking, you need to go forward. And so that's a great time to let them know. Hey, on the leadership journey, you're going to fall. On the life journey, you're going to fall. But it's all part of standing up so that you can stand tall and stand firm and stand strong in who you've been created to be. So that's lesson number two. And this is the last one I want to share with you tonight. And it says, real leaders stand up for what is right, even when it is expedient to go along to get along. Wow, what a point. What a point that we can use to transition in leadership development. That a real leader stands up for what is right. I cannot preach that enough, that you have to be an individual full of integrity and character at all times. Never take the high road just to avoid taking the lonely and low road. That's a good one right there. Never take the high road. Never agree. Never give in or subside to an ideology that does not fit your character and your integrity, just to stay in the limelight, just to stay right, just to stay out of harm's and persecution's way. What we have to learn to do is to stand up for what is right. Well, first we have to understand that we must establish what is right. I do a teaching about core values, and it is so important to live your life from a set of core values. And so as those core values are established, they become the compass from which I direct my life throughout my generation, throughout my lifetime. They become the roadmap to me for my success and also for my impact and contribution to humanity. So we have to teach our leaders to stand up for what is right. The applicable lesson to a mentee here is number one, let's establish some core values. So you may be able to direct this mentee down the lesson into core values, really looking inside of themselves to understand where they should be living from, how they should be living their life. And you know what? Cherishing those things, cherishing the things that they've brought into themselves that define who they are as a person. You've probably heard me say this before. I teach young people this. It's not important what you want to be. What's most important is who you want to be. That's right. Because what I want to be is subject to change. My story, I spent 6 years in a 4-year program studying through college and doing all of these wonderful things at the time. But I look around in my life 10, 15 years after graduating, and I'm not doing anything that I went to school for. Now, somebody may be doing that. Somebody may be in this career vein that they're doing exactly what they studied, exactly what they set out to do. But I guarantee you this, there's some aspect of your life that has changed dramatically, some aspect that you didn't intend to be here in this particular place. But you know what? You wake up one morning and you find yourself that everything's changed. I don't care. Even if you did go to school to be a doctor, you know what? When you were in medical school, I bet you were single. But then you know what? You got married and then you start having children. Things change. And so you got to understand that when things change, it does not mean that you have to change, but it means that you who you are becomes the most important. Who you are is the place that you will always live from. Who you know you are, your character, your integrity, the things you stand up for, the person and the disposition you have about yourself, helping may be a part of those core values. Being a confident person may be part of those core values. But you know what? Doesn't matter what comes, doesn't matter what goes on. You know, I'm going to always be a helping person. I'm going to always be a person of integrity. I'm going to always be a person of character to stick in there. Well, those are the points that I feel that I wanted to share with you today. If you're going to be looking at this, I'm going to put this video on YouTube for your review. And so I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to be connected to us so that you can review these conference calls. They've been so wonderful. And I want to appreciate you again for being on the call tonight on our mentor support call. And when we're talking about higher learning, higher living strategies to help our mentors and mentees also, and just becoming wonderful people to our generation that can impact and make a change and make a difference. I'm Christopher Williams with True You University, where we're higher learning, higher living. God bless you. Thank you for being on the call. One fast reminder that you can go to Facebook, our Facebook page. Just look up True You University. That's TRU without the E. True You University. Look us up, like us on Facebook, or you can go to our website, www.trueuniversity.com. I want to remind you also, one more time, make this summer count. Get your team involved in a success leadership coaching. We're going to offer that this year at True U University. And so I feel that it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for you parents and mentors to refer children or teens to our program this year. Just give me a call and I'll be glad to talk with you. 832-515-6697. That's 832-515-6697. Or you can go to our website, trueuniversity.com, or even send me an email, cwilliams@trueuniversity.com. Again, that's all the time I have tonight. Thank you for being on the call. You're great. You're mentors. You're making an impact in this world. Thank you so much. Have a great day. God bless you. Peace. Good night.